Hello, I'm Woody Craig, and this is How to Fence. So in this video, we're going to talk about a few of the different ways to hold the sword. I really want to line up the objectives of what they're all achieving. I want you to see that they're all trying to achieve the same sorts of ideas in the flow of fencing. There is one value that we care about in all of the manuals. They're trying to get the point of the sword to line up with the elbow. We want one straight line. We'll start with two fingers over the quillions. When we have two fingers over the cross, this is the most like holding a pistol grip from modern fencing. So if you do modern fencing, this is the one I default recommend to people. It's going to let us have this straight position again from point to elbow. You can see I've got a very relaxed hand position. My thumb basically not doing anything until I engage it with the blade. My index finger is sitting out, kind of just almost pointing. It wraps around 4 blade actions. It gives me pressure when I want to create angles. That's how I'm making that position change. If you hold it too tight, we end up with this funny angle. But if you have a nice loose grip, you still have a lot of control of the sword, and now I can have a single straight line. The next one to talk about is the Thibaut grip. So that's one finger over the quillion and my thumb in on the flat of the quillion block. Once again, we have this straight position from point to elbow to shoulder. When we're in this position, we're then able to make transitions. So you can see I can let my pommel up and it can rotate through the hand like this. This is an important value. Again, this is really just facilitating creating a straight line. So any of our fencing actions, we can have a straight line. And then when I make the angle, it's a choice rather than the default position. So the way I personally like to hold the sword is with my fingers behind the cross. This is what we see in a lot of Fabris. My index fingers are going to be behind the quillion blocks here. My thumb, once again, going into this little spot on the quillion block. And once again, my pommel just nestled into the heel of my palm there. So when we've got our quillions straight up and down, this position doesn't need to change between there and fourth. We can also go to second, no alteration, and you can see in all 3 of those guards, my point to elbow is able to be straight. And this is the reason I hold the sword this way, is to facilitate having the straight line between the point and the elbow. When we go up to first, it's a little awkward. And so when I go to first, I start to loop my finger over the quillion. And you see this in Fabris. In Fabris, you see this position where the first has the index finger over the quillion. Even when in third, you wouldn't see the index finger over the quillion. I'm going to have our cool straight position. And if we just are close enough that we can both extend, my extension does all the things that I want an attack to do, where my strong is going straight through his weak. Even if our shoulders are the same height, when we both go in to extend, you can see right now, Habibi looks like he's got the advantage, but if we both close the distance, his weak just goes straight into my strong. But that doesn't mean that the angled position is bad. It means that being our default position is bad. So now if he takes a straight position, and I want to approach this straight position, if I approach with my own straight position without any change, I'm not getting any advantage, and we've both got our weaks and strongs. It's not good. So to combat that, I'm going to make a little angle. I'm going to make it from my elbow and from my posture. And now I've got my weak high, clear of his strong, aimed at his face, and my strong is intersecting with his weak. And this is happening with a nice straight position. I'm allowing this angle to exist. So it's a choice. It's a tactical choice instead of our default. And then now I can lunge, boom, straight through the weak. Beautiful. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Our Patreon is below. If you want to give us money so that the films can keep looking like this, scream.